Okay, hi.
Yep, and I'm Luke.
Okay, we both work at Dutch Wonderland, which is a amusement park in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. I do food and beverage, and I occasionally do rides.
Yeah, I do retail and games, and I also occasionally help out with rides.
And we're just gonna do a video quick on how we think you can get more of an amusement park experience from the viewpoint of people who actually work at an amusement park. We have a couple points here. We're gonna kind of go off of those, and we're probably gonna go off topic a bunch. We'll see how it goes. So, where do you want to start?
Yeah, for me personally, when people say keep the change, we always have to make sure our registers are on, aren't off. So if you keep the change, if you have us keep the change, then that sets our register off, which it usually isn't by a whole bunch, but it's just take the change. And there's usually at most amusement parks there's a place where a fountain where you can just throw the coins in and it goes to a fundraiser or a charity or something. I know at Hershey Park, if there was that fountain when you're walking up to the front of the park, I know that will change, but just throw it in there. I know that goes to probably Hershey, Penn State Hershey, yeah. So that and stuff like that. So yeah, that would be always a good thing. Just don't have us keep the change, and then you can just use that change for other things.
Another thing kind of in line with that is, for most places we can't accept tips. I mean, Cabanas is a place that we have where it's actually a table service and you can get tips there.
Yeah.
For most places, the cash register people can't get tips. Mm-hmm. Unless it has a thing with jar of tips for kitchen. Yeah. Don't offer tips. Just hold on to the change. It's just a lot easier than for us, especially.
Yeah, it's policy for us not to take tips. And it's probably policy for other places, too, not to take tips. So just don't have us keep the change.
Yeah. If you want to talk about, rides, I guess, is probably next.
Yeah, this is more
a bunch of stuff.
Of a standpoint from rides. I've had experiences where kids are, really, and this is more, little children. So if this is more for, a kiddie area of a park, if your child, doesn't really want to ride, is really upset and crying, while getting the child onto the ride, or even during the ride, well, not really during, but make sure if that's happening before the ride, if they're really upset, make sure you take them off, because then I know it's not, we can't let a child ride if they're really upset, because then if they try to get off the ride while it's in motion, it just becomes a safety hazard for everybody else. Mm-hmm. So just if you see that your child doesn't want to ride or is really upset about riding this ride, make sure that they just don't and move on to something else or another ride.
Yeah, most of the stuff is going to be about kids, because Dutch Wonderland is a family park that's mainly geared toward kids. So that's what a lot of this is going to be about.
Yeah.
Another thing is measuring kids before they get on rides. The most annoying thing for operators, I guess, is probably having to tell a parent that their kid can't ride because they just didn't want to measure beforehand.
And it leaves for me personally, I've had a couple of times where it's almost 50-50, where it's they could almost ride it, but
I mean, sometimes I usually go off of just a hair. If it's a ride which just staying down, goes in a circle really slowly, I'll let them on if they're they just barely get it, but if it's a coaster or something that they could seriously get hurt on, I don't want to accidentally, I don't want to get in trouble for that, basically.
Yeah, exactly. It's just make sure, I know it, I bet most parks have this, where if you go into guest services, or maybe they have a stand within the park, and have your child officially measured for their height, and have a wristband on it that tells you, at Hershey Park, it's Hershey, it's their height chart is based on some of the candy. So if you're a Twizzler, they'll give you a wristband for Twizzlers, so that then the ride operator knows okay, they look a little short, or they look not tall enough for this ride. Okay, we know that they're a Twizzler, so we know for sure that they are or aren't tall enough to ride.
Yeah, most parks, don't be upset if your kid can't get on a ride, because they usually will have a lot of stuff for all size ranges. So kid can't get on the big coaster, guess what? They still have 2 dozen on for rides they can probably ride. That's fine. They're gonna be fine.
Yeah, and another thing kind of based off of that, it's parents will get, I know that I've had a parent get upset at me because they've had other times during the year their child has been able to ride that ride, but I'm not letting them because they're just not tall enough. Like that has to do with different ride operators, but also just like make sure your child is, so we don't have to have that confrontation when like you're in line ready to, and you've already waited in a long line. Just do it before. There's always height sticks right outside the ride to measure, so like you don't wait in like a half-hour line, let's say, and then okay, your child is too short or too tall to ride. Like that, you just wasted a half hour of your day at the park just because you didn't measure them outside.
Yeah, this is really, it's just gonna save time for you, and also just make it a lot easier for us.
Yeah,
like a lot of this stuff it's saving time for you, and it's basically just easier for you. That's all it says. That's the more of this.
Yeah.
Okay, so like, guess more stuff with rides. Let's see. Anything you can think of right now, at least?
Not really for rides, but like I also do games. It's like the department's retail and games. So for games, like I know that I've had a couple experiences where like they don't get the size prize that they want. Like they see up on the wall like the larger prizes, which are harder to get, but they think that like they're able to win that like all the time. So, or like if we don't have a certain prize like in the back stock room or at that game, they want that certain prize that they see even if we don't have it. So, and I can't really, and like at Dutch Wonderland, I can't take anything off the walls of the game. So if we don't have it, then we don't have it. But then I've had people where they're mad that I can't give them that, and it just becomes a whole issue. Just like you're still getting a prize nonetheless. It's kind of just like get what you get and don't get upset. Kind of that little cliche. Just don't get too upset if they don't have that prize for you. Like there's tons of other prizes, and usually if it's like a little kid, they're happy with the whatever prize they get. They're not. It doesn't matter like what size prize it is, but they're happy with whatever they end up getting.
There's another kind of thing in line with that as well that I've seen at a bunch of parks is if you're planning on getting a big prize or something, know where you can store it at. Like, one of the things that always annoys me is like people walking around with like these huge teddy bears, and it's like, where are you putting that at? You have to like walk out to your car and get it. Or if you're gonna do that, do it like the very end of the day.
Yeah.
Like we done that like Hershey Park one time where we won something huge, but we did it like 10 minutes before the park closed. Like we were the last customers at that game.
Yeah.
And like the guy was fine with it because like he's getting away all this big stuff like right before he closes.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
it's fine. Yeah. Stuff like that. So really just kind of like plan ahead. If you're gonna play a game, and even make sure you actually want to win the prizes. Mm-hmm. Seriously, just check what the prizes are first. Like they're all displayed at any stand, just check that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about like food now because that's what I do mainly. I do rides as well, but almost entirely food. One of the things that probably is basically any food stand place will say is one of the most annoying things is check what hours the stand is actually open till. Not all food stands are open till the park closes and open when the park opens. Check, like if a stand closes at 6, don't show up at 5:55 and want food. Mm-hmm. Show up. And also kind of a good rule of thumb with food stands is probably like the latest you show up and like actually want a full meal is half an hour before the stand closes. That's about when most food stands will start closing and like start actually throwing food away, start cleaning stuff up.
Yeah, exactly. Like I have another job at our local baseball team, and I work foods there, and I know that I've had experiences where it's like, we're cleaning up, we're getting ready, but then up here, and we're closing the gates down because the game's over, but then in comes a customer wanting food, and like we have it all stored away, or we have it all thrown away already because we can't save that stuff, but the customer comes in and wants some food, so it doesn't, that just leads to a bad like a bad experience for us, and then for you as a guest.
So, and also with that, drinks we can usually get into up until we close, but like food, that's just, it's kind of a bit difficult.
Yeah.
Like we will get it for you, it's just, it might take twice as long if you're getting it right before we close. That's basically it.
Yeah, exactly.
So, anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, nothing much. I mean,
anything just like in parks in general, just besides just looking at Dutch Wonderland, just anything you notice that you think could be good that people need to know?
Make sure you throw away your trash.
Yes,
I know that's very easy to think about, but like actually doing that is difficult for some.
Yeah, just just throw your stuff out. Just
Yeah.
it looks so much nicer. It's a lot easier for the park. They don't have to waste time cleaning up after you.
Yeah, exactly. And then
Just stuff like that.
that's kind of like, as an employee, that's like something that I don't really want to do. It's your food waste, or it's your package of some sort. Like, it's your waste, throw it away, kind of sort of thing. Like, it keeps it, like, the next person that goes up to that table will have a clean table to sit at, and also it will just make everything better for everybody involved.
This is kind of the thing that I have. It's not like a complaint, really, but it's this kind of thing that annoys me. We can hear you. If you're just going to talk, like, say our food is terrible, at least don't do it right in front of us. We can hear you. We can really hear what you're saying. It just kind of just makes us... It doesn't make us feel as bad, but it's just, like... It's just annoying that, like, you're just talking... You're just talking crap about us right in front of us. That's just... Don't do that, at least.
Yeah, because
And if you have a serious complaint... Go to guest services. Tell them, or like if it's actually something we can improve, tell us. We'll actually work to improve it.
Yeah, because this is kind of similar to that. Like, I had a customer yesterday, or no, that was 2 days ago now, where her daughter saw like a sale price listed for snow globes, but it was for only one certain kind of snow globe, but the snow globe that she had picked out was not the snow globe that was on sale. So she came up to me to check it out, and I scanned the price, and it was like $8.99 or something instead of like $3.17. And she was like, "Well, this is what the sale price says," and I told her it was for a certain kind, but yet she still asked for a supervisor. I had to bring a supervisor over. He said the same thing. She still got upset, and she didn't end up getting it. So just, if it says, like, that's kind of another thing. Just make sure, like, for things that might be on sale, check for the certain item that is on sale. Don't just assume that, because it says snow globes, it's all the snow globes, or something.
If you have a question, just ask. That's basically just, we're fine talking to you, we're fine with answering questions. Yeah. That's really basic. It should make sense, but like all this stuff, a lot of this should be common sense. But people don't have common sense.
It's because we've had to deal with that before.
Yeah, we kind of deal with the worst of it. I mean, most people aren't like this, but we know that it's kind of, people should be better. That's being right.
Because again, with like the cleanliness stuff, like I've seen people like take stuff out from the shelves and put it back somewhere else. Like, that just, like, yes, I'm there to work, but I'm not there to clean up after you putting something else somewhere where it shouldn't be. Like, just if you or your child picks up something, like, take some time, maybe like look around, or hand it to me or like another worker that's there. Like, we know where the stuff goes, so just give it back to us instead of having it just laid somewhere or placed somewhere else that it shouldn't be, because that just creates more of something else we need to deal with, which, if we're trying to restock shelves or check people out, that's not something we really want to deal with.
Kind of backtracking divides a bit. We've been talking for a bit now, so...
Yeah.
Backtracking divides a bit is, let us do our job. Don't try, like, if it says don't pull your restraint down, don't do it. Just let us do it.
Yeah.
Don't try and open your own thing. Don't try and close your own restraints. It'll just make more of a problem for you and make more of a problem for us. And slow down you, slow down the ride operation, slow down everyone in line. That's basically it.
Yeah, just make sure you're following directions when in line and stuff, because that definitely, again, like as Lucas said, that adds to your wait time and other people's wait time to ride the ride. So
if you're told to get off the railings, get off the railings. Just obey all instructions. That's basically it.
Yeah, because
they're meant for your safety and everyone else's safety, and just to make everything more efficient.
Yeah, because we were at Six Flags Great Adventure, and we were riding, you guys were in line waiting for Joker, and the ride operator had to continually say and probably yell at the end on the mic, get off the railing, and the kids or whoever they were did not listen. Like, just obey. It's simple enough. You can lean against them, just don't get up and sit on them. Like, and there's other examples like that in the park that I'm sure you can encounter, but like, just obey park rules. These rules are not hard to follow. Just make sure you follow them.
Okay. Well, I can't really think of too much else right now, unless you have something else that you want to talk about.
No, that's
okay, well, that's actually it for now. Not sure if we're going to do like a volume 2 of these if we come up with more stuff eventually, but That's it for now, and that's us signing off for now. Bye, because we're kind of going to be dead for now until about April when parks actually open.
Yeah.
So, yay.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah, see ya.